Arsenal going for the league this year?
Nah.
Do you think that they're thinking about that?
So I saw a stat. No, every team that's got over 20 points at this stage has qualified for the Champions League. Hello everyone, welcome to a brand new show, The Dugout, on brand new channel, StandOut Sport.
Yeah.
You know, so let's kick off. It's been a big weekend.
Yeah.
Let's kick off with Manchester Derby, I think.
What happened in that one? But I'll tell you what, I'm gutted because at 4-0 half time, I'm thinking
8-0.
I really want to drum in here. Yeah, 8-0.
Yeah.
Obviously, you want 8-0. Nice
Do
and
you know
symmetrical.
what? Like,
they turned it on.
yeah, but I feel like you can't even learn anything from this match, no matter what team you are, because I feel like everyone should see City as just a free hit. You're going to lose.
I think it's actually got to that stage where I don't think it's surprising at all that Man United letting 6 goals against City.
Yeah, because
Most people would have
everyone will.
predicted it. I had that feeling because no one like you're picking your fantasy captain and you basically want to pick the team that's going to score the most goals.
Yeah.
Haaland just had that look in his eye. Have you seen like the interviews and shit he did before the game? It was like he knew something that no one else knew. He knew that he was going to score a hat trick.
I thought he was.
Yeah.
But I looked at the two team sheets before they went out. City didn't have either of their centre backs. They had a Kanji and Ake.
Yeah, but that's not bad, is it?
Who were both phenomenal.
Yeah.
But then you look at the team sheets and you think, you know what? I could see Man United nicking a result here because Villa did it, didn't they, against City? So you just think, I could see United getting a result, and then obviously it didn't happen.
I didn't see that.
In any way, shape or form.
I saw Rashford up top, and I was like, yeah, not great. McTominay. The Martinez guy, I know he's been playing well, and he's not been doing it, but I just can't get over how small he is. Like, even when they do the lineups and they come out and they stand like that.
Do you know what,
he
as
still
well?
Looks tiny in
Yeah, but do you know what? They say he's like 5'10". Like, United say he's 5'10".
Yeah.
There is no fucking way he is 5'10".
Are you 5'10"?
I'm 5'9.5".
What? Is your same height as him?
I'm apparently shorter than him. That there is no way that guy's taller than me.
I have
No
to
way
agree
in
with you
hell,
there,
mate.
yeah.
Like, it's a PR thing. They don't want to be seen to have signed a 5'5" centre back, but the guy's 5'5". I'm telling you, it's a lie.
So anyone out there who does see him and like you've got a measuring tape to hand, give it.
But he wasn't even for the Haaland scored the second goal, the header. They had Eriksen marking him.
Wait, no, the header was the second one.
Yeah, the second goal.
Oh,
That's
sorry, yeah. No, sorry, it wasn't. It was a sliding challenge, wasn't it? That sliding one at the back post.
I don't know, mate. When there's so many goals in a game, you just sort of switch off, to be honest.
Yeah, no.
But yeah, they had Eriksen marking him.
Yeah.
But again, I like Gary Neville was obviously, because I always think, oh, this is gonna be great. Gary Neville's gonna go off on one.
Yeah.
And he was just sort of like, he sort of expected
He's broken.
it. No, because you expect it to happen.
Was this at half time or end of the game?
Both of them, to be honest. And the fact that United got 3 goals back, that's a disgrace.
Yeah.
That should not have happened. They did not deserve it.
Is it a disgrace to Manchester City or
Both.
is it a disgrace that it just happened?
It's just a disgrace that it happened.
Yeah.
There's no way it's a 6-3 game.
No.
It's a 6-7 niller, definitely. And 2 different players scoring a hat-trick. It's bad.
Yeah,
but
Foden, people forgot that you forget that he gets a hat trick because everyone's been putting these stats up with Haaland after the game, like getting 3 hat tricks in 8 games or whatever.
But City, again, it's a washout. You can't expect the result when you play them. So I think if they'd lost 6-3 to fucking West Ham or something, then there'd be questions asked.
Yeah.
But then we had Ronaldo on the bench for the whole game.
Yeah. What do you think about Erik ten Hag's comment saying he didn't play him or didn't bring him on because out of respect for his career?
Yeah, fair enough.
I think it's fair enough.
Yeah, no,
because
I agree with
if
that.
he was brought on, I think he'd be fuming. Like, and he knows better than anyone.
It'd be embarrassing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're getting wheeled out, like just so people can say sue and stuff.
And obviously, all the City fans would be going mental at Ronaldo, like targeting Ronaldo.
Yeah, he would get mad abuse.
Yeah. So I agree.
Because you forget as well, like he chose Man United over City,
but
he could have been there.
Should he have been playing from the start? I mean, it's easy to say now.
Yeah, it's easy to say now, but yeah, in a big game. But then again, Ronaldo's not a defensive player, and they know they're going to be on the back foot the whole game. So they had Rashford, who just runs quite aimlessly at points. But
Casemiro's on the bench.
It's a difficult
as well.
one. I just genuinely think it's bad. Like we said it before, having Ronaldo at your club is fucking.
It's bad.
It's bad because you have to make decisions like based on whether you want to press or whether you just want a guy up top who's hopefully going to finish something.
It's like he's sitting next to Casemiro, who's obviously his mate from Real Madrid.
That. Yeah.
Casemiro hadn't started, but Casemiro's obviously his mate, and Ronaldo's probably sitting there on the bench like, mate, fuck this.
Yeah.
This team's shit. Like,
I
why
think
did you
that's one
come?
of the main
I told
things
you
is,
not
like,
to.
One of the main issues at Man United, I think, is like I think that a lot of the players look around and think their teammates are shit.
Yeah.
Like they don't trust them.
But Ronaldo must look around and think everyone's shit.
Yeah.
Also,
exactly.
Maguire was on the bench, like smiling his arse off.
Well, to be honest,
at 6-1, which is fair play to him.
Yeah,
He's got to have something to smile about.
If I was in his position, you wouldn't be gutted or like fuming because you know that actually it's probably bare nice just having no one shouting at you. Yeah. Like he gets so much abuse every time he loses. He has to write like a 14 paragraph like "I'm sorry" speech.
Yeah, but it's his fault.
Yeah.
Like he gets the abuse for a reason.
Do you think he'll still start for England?
We've got a bit about England at the end, but I think he will, and I think it's horrendous that he will.
Yeah, I think he will, and I don't think it's horrendous.
We've got an England segment at the end of the show, so we'll save it for them.
One thing I wanted to say, actually, because I had a thought about it. Do you think Ronaldo rates Haaland? Like, if someone asked Ronaldo, what do you think of Haaland? Do you think he would say, like, yeah, he's sick, or he'd downplay it and say, like... No, I think he thinks he like in his head he's no one's better than him.
Yeah, I think he'd say that like Haaland's a fraud.
Like I think he'd say something like, "Yeah, he's all right." Like get quite defensive about it.
The thing with Haaland.
But how many Champions Leagues has he won?
Yeah, something like that. But
like,
the thing with Haaland is, how old is he? He's like 21.
22.
Is this his peak? Is he gonna get better than this?
To be fair, Michael Owen peaked at like 18 years old, so maybe
I think he's a bit different.
Yeah,
to Michael
he is
Owen,
different
mate.
to Michael Owen, but he could get a mad injury and then.
I saw that. So I saw a tweet and it said that if Roy Keane had gone for Alf Inge Haaland's balls, then this wouldn't be happening. Survived,
yeah. I think the only thing we can hope for now is that he's a pedo or something.
What, Haaland?
Yeah.
Yeah. Grealish was quality.
Yeah, he was good. Did he? I don't think he actually did anything. I don't think he got an assist or anything. But in the first 20-30 minutes, he was electric.
Grealish was good, but I've seen again on Twitter a lot of people saying that he needs to write a formal apology to Almiron.
Why? Oh shit! Yeah.
Because he called him out at the end of last season.
Do you see Almiron's goal?
Yeah.
It was incredible.
Yeah, well, that's why.
Alan Shearer said goal of the season.
I think so.
Chill.
Yeah.
No, it's good.
So far.
Probably so far, yeah.
There's not been a goal anywhere near that good for a couple of seasons, I think.
Nah, fucking seasons.
Mate, it came over his shoulder and he hit it with his left foot.
Yeah, but it's inside the box. You know what I mean? It's like.
But he played the 1-2 from outside the box.
Yeah. It was delicious.
Are you trying to like? Have you ever scored a goal anywhere near like that in your life?
No.
Shut up then.
Where do you think this puts Man United? Where are they finishing at the end of the season?
So a few episodes ago after they lost for Brentford, I said they're going to finish bottom half.
Yeah, well,
and do you know what? They won 4 on the bounce. I was thinking, oh shit, but I reckon they'll struggle to get in the top 10.
No,
and that's a mad statement.
No,
but the level's too high.
You just said before the game that the team looks strong.
Yeah, it looked like a decent. It looks like they're one of the.
They could get a result at the Etihad.
Yeah, but Villa drew with City, so I thought, why not?
I mean, I see. I don't see where you're going.
But no, neither do I.
No.
I don't know, mate. They won't. I don't think they'll get a European football play. I don't think they'll get in the Europa League.
Yeah, I think they will get Europa League. I think that's the one thing they will get.
But again, there hasn't been much Glazer chat after this match.
Well, to be honest,
because they won 4 games in a row and forgot who the Glazers were.
I need to be reminded. Why do they hate the Glazers? They've spent bare money.
Because the Glazers took on a load of debt to buy the club, meaning that the club as a company entity would always be in debt.
Yeah.
But
they've still spent bare money.
Yeah, they spent $1 billion, I think.
Bare. Yeah, they're so far behind.
There's not really much more you can ask for.
And they've actually spent more than City.
But they're just sort of spending it in the wrong way.
Yeah, they're spunking it
on weird players.
Yeah.
Like Falcao.
What do you reckon to this Anthony? He does look
good.
alright. Yeah.
I think he looks
80
good.
million, who was he?
He's full of confidence, mate, and he seems a bit like I actually enjoyed watching him every time he got the ball on.
Yeah.
Like, he's just a bit exciting, isn't he? He's full of confidence. What you want to see in a winger. He sort of seems to be the opposite of Sancho, where he actually tries to go past people.
I did think it was going to be one of them guys. Remember, like when Anthony Martial played his first game, and that was his highlight of his Man United career.
Yeah.
I thought it could be a similar thing for Anthony.
Martial got 2 goals though.
I know. Yeah, and yeah.
You can imagine that, like, Pep would be absolutely fuming about that.
Yeah.
Like, why
He does
did you
like
let
getting
that
angry,
happen?
but he didn't seem too fuming at the end of the game. But yeah, I get what you're saying.
But yeah, moving on to the North London derby, the game I was looking forward to the most this season so far.
And did it disappoint?
Did not disappoint, mate.
Really? I
And
thought
look,
it would.
yeah, and look, I've been saying every time Arsenal would have played a shit team, to beat a shit team, They lost their first test against Man United. On Saturday, I was very impressed.
Yeah.
They were unreal.
They were good.
Can't lie.
But like they've been good in every game.
It's about the top 6, isn't it, with Arsenal? It's like they always get very sort of jittery when they play top 6.
And it was massive. It was like Arsenal last season would have crumbled under that pressure.
And it wasn't an easy
Tottenham
game for them. Yeah, they got Tottenham obviously got a Harry Kane penalty at some point in the match, which I think was nailed on at evens odds or something.
Some stat. It was like Harry Kane hasn't scored a goal in open play at the Emirates
7 years.
7 years.
Yeah, I saw that.
And I'm not surprised because I feel like he does score a pen every year at the Emirates.
He's a stat padder, mate. Yeah.
He is, isn't he? Yeah. But like another guy who just went missing was Son. We're talking about the guy who got like not player of the season, like Golden Boot last year, and he is just doing now.
Yeah, but I don't know if it was at like no one in the Tottenham team was at the races.
No,
were they? But you can't take it away from Arsenal because
no one.
It's
really
your biggest rivals,
well.
innit? And you have to be at the races when they turn
I was
up.
disappointed with Richarlison as well because I thought like this is his derby. No, derbies are like his kind of thing. He loves winding up the opposition.
Well,
very silent.
He nearly scored at the start, didn't he? Like Tottenham. That's the thing. Like Tottenham, they just looked so. They looked so boring when they had the ball, mate. It was so boring. It was like every player on the pitch was Eric Dyer.
But that's been the
honestly, it was like Son just wasn't. Yeah, like you said, was terrible. But
it's the story of the season, though.
They were just sort of like they just played 2 centre mids. But Conte's never going to change that, is he? That's just like his thing.
Yeah, that's the thing with Conte as well. It's like, will the fans turn on Conte? Because he's one of those guys. He doesn't play like amazing football. He doesn't like dominate games, but he gets results. And that's what allows people.
I've seen a few fans on Twitter saying Conte out,
really,
but I don't know if they're just Arsenal fans pretending to be Spurs fans.
When you, when you got like. When you've got a manager like that who doesn't play really attractive football and you don't get... Well, to be fair, that's not to say they don't get results. They've been getting results, but through the skin of their teeth, but they've been getting them. But that's quite a big blow for them. Tottenham usually win at home and Arsenal usually win at home, so it's not like a mad surprise, but it was the fashion of it.
Yeah. But it was, Arsenal turned up in a big game. You can't turn down for that. Partey got the first goal.
We got to talk about the red card.
That is a fucking straight red, mate.
Nah, that
is a straight red.
No.
So who is it? Martinelli.
Yeah.
He's knocked the ball away.
Yeah.
The ball's like 2 meters in front of him, nowhere near. And Emerson Royale just came the back of him, scraped his studs down the back of his ankle.
It's very dumb.
How is that not a red card?
I just think because there's no excessive force and it wasn't that dangerous.
Excessive force. He might as well have just gone up to him and booted him, mate. Like the ball was nowhere near him.
Yeah, but that did happen last year. Have you seen that video where the guy just got booted when he was had stood on the ball and that was a yellow? Henry Lansbury.
No, I don't watch
Luton,
that.
yeah.
Oh yeah, with a free kick.
Like he literally, if he connected with the ball, it would have like flown most of it.
Yeah. But no, mate, that was a dangerous tackle.
Yeah, all right, fair. To be honest, they can't argue with it that much. It's not like
it's not like the red card like massively changed the game and like Tottenham were putting loads of pressure on at the time.
No, it's just that Arsenal, one thing that like Tottenham fans can say.
But it's like I've seen a lot of it on the radio on Twitter, and it's like an excuse from Tottenham fans. Yeah, well the red card changed the game. Yeah, but don't get a fucking red card then.
Yeah, exactly. Don't be doing stupid challenges.
Yeah, just don't get a red card. Like it's part of the game. It's not like the ref's just gone, you off.
Yeah.
Like that guy, Emerson Royale, is a clown as well.
He is, yeah.
Why is he there?
He did a video before the game as well where he was like doing that dancing thing. He deleted it immediately. As soon as he went back into his changing room and he could watch the game.
I just don't know what, like... I mean, Spurs have got who else they got? Jed Spence. They bought him.
Yeah, I don't know why.
He tore up Arsenal last season.
Matt Doherty,
can't play. Yeah, like they've got reinforcements in those positions, and Emerson Royale starting in a huge game. He's like,
Tottenham fans don't really get it. To be fair, they are a bit confused. Like,
he's
had a few good games,
mate. Like,
and maybe they just feel bad because he spent £1 million on like gear to make him better.
£1 million on what?
Have you seen that?
On
like,
what?
He's like a cryo chamber.
Right.
He spent. He thinks he's Ronaldo, basically.
Yeah. You said £1 million on gear.
That also would not surprise me.
Yeah,
I'd put him in that Benjamin Mendy like category.
Oh.
What do you reckon? Arsenal going for the league this year?
Nah.
Do you think that? Do you think that they're thinking about that?
So I saw a stat. No, every team that's got over 20 points at this stage has qualified for the Champions League.
Yeah, I think that's safe.
Fair enough. I think
safe
you
to
could
say
say
they're
that.
going to qualify.
Unless there's an absolutely huge meltdown, all their players get injured at the World Cup.
Yeah.
Someone gets charged. Then they'll be in trouble.
But I don't think you can even judge the Champions League just yet.
I think City.
Well, you
and
trying to
Arsenal
backtrack now?
No, I think we probably will, but I think it's been 8 games.
No, yeah.
I think
you can really judge anything.
There's 30 to go, and Haaland only has 9 goals left to beat last year's top scoring.
Yeah, that's
number.
mad, isn't it?
And there's 30 games left.
Yeah. He could. Like, what do you think is a realistic thing? I think he could get 40.
I said 40 at the start.
Did
in
you?
the Prem.
Before
the Prem
the game,
yeah.
a ball had been kicked.
Yeah. In the first episode we did this, I said 40.
What is the record?
And then that Rory guy was saying that he wouldn't get 12. That's bad. We've said some bad stuff.
To be fair, like
that is awful.
Like
You must
Haaland,
really hate
if
yourself
Haaland
for that.
played for like Chelsea or Tottenham or Arsenal, I don't think he'd be smashing it. Because he does get he gets on the end of things. Like a lot of these teams don't actually produce that much.
It's not necessarily like how do you stop Haaland. It's how do you stop De Bruyne
giving
the ball to Haaland,
firing balls at him.
Yeah, and you can't. Really.
He's just always like lingering at the back post, isn't he?
Yeah.
Kevin De Bruyne, he's never won Player of the Month, but he's questionably like one of the best, or if not the best, midfielders the Prem's ever seen.
Yeah, but I don't think he cares that he hasn't won Player of the Month.
I don't think he cares. I just think it's mental.
Do you remember what? Didn't Hendo win Player of the Season over him?
Yeah, he did.
Or was it the other way round?
Yeah, Liverpool won. Yeah,
that was an absolute farce.
Yeah, well, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Arsenal. What were we saying?
I think they'll come Champions League. At the moment, it's just who's going to come second, isn't it? Really.
Yeah.
It's not like City have won the league.
No. Yeah. I actually don't want to say that because I believe in Arsenal.
So you think Arsenal are the only team that could challenge?
Yeah,
them?
only team. Unless Graham Potter does some magic, which I don't think he will.
I've got a lot to say about Potter.
Yeah.
I don't think they'll challenge them. I think Arsenal might come second or third, but I think Arsenal go to the Etihad and get turned over.
Yeah. See, I can't fucking wait
7-0.
for that game. The annoying thing is we have to wait ages for that game because it got cancelled. So now they're both going to be on the back end of the season.
Oh well, got World
No,
Cup.
but I want it now.
Haaland isn't going to the World Cup, so what's he going to be doing? Just been doing press ups or something?
He's just going to be roiding.
We'll just be in the Etihad firing balls at Scott Carson.
Yeah, they're going to be best mates
for a month.
Because it does help like having a rest, doesn't it? Like going to the World Cup is actually not the best thing. If you don't get injured though, surely it's actually good because you've been playing football at a high level.
Yeah, you keep your level up definitely.
But I suppose you'd rather, if you're a manager, you'd rather them just stay at home.
Yeah, well,
that's the one thing that
really.
Liverpool have. We have a lot. We don't have many players going to the World Cup, which is good. But to be honest, I said this about the international break, and then I was like, we'll come back good, and then yeah.
But I don't think Arsenal challenging for the title just because of City. To be honest,
I think they will.
Well, you think like in March it will still be a 2-horse race?
I think
City will be about 20 points clear.
I think they'll have a gap. But what's the big gap? Like 10 points is catchable in March.
Not for Man City.
Not for Man City, maybe. But I still think they'll be in it. Liverpool game.
Yeah, what's going on with Liverpool, mate?
I don't know. We've just let a little.
You keep saying,
Trossard.
"Oh no, it's fine. It's just one loss or it's just one bad result." It's a lot of bad results now.
It's Brighton at home and they've scored 3 goals. And not only have they scored 3 goals, it's Leandro Trossard, who, look, I'm not saying he's a bad player, but I don't think he's ever scored a hat-trick, and he scored it at Anfield.
Yeah, last player to score a hat-trick at Anfield was Andrei Arshavin.
Yeah, I remember that 4-0.
Yeah, and he actually scored 4, yeah. So, Why are Liverpool so shit this season?
That's a good question.
Is the squad just a bit old now? It's the same thing that's happened with West Ham, I feel. The squad hasn't majorly changed.
No.
Everyone just knows them.
It's intensity. Like, if you watch the games now, it's the intensity has dropped off majorly. When we used to press teams, we used to fucking sprint, like charge people down.
Yeah.
Now we're like jogging about the midfield.
This does happen
I don't
with
get
top
it.
teams. In Dortmund, all the players started getting injured because the training was so intense.
It's happened to us before as well.
Yeah,
Liverpool's happened before.
But also, you had Klopp coming out after the game and defending Trent, saying that Trent can defend despite the various amount of instances where he's shown that he can't.
I think he can defend. I think he's switched off at the moment. There's something wrong with him. Like when he's in defensive positions, he just looks like he's chilling. He's not actually like on the like. You know what I mean? He's like,
it is every game though. He's doing it, isn't it?
I know.
He can drop for the England squad.
He's not helping himself because he's like Klopp's trying to buy him time by saying these good things, but then he just does another thing.
Why don't you just play him in a different position?
Yeah, but people say this like.
Why don't they just try it?
It's not that easy to just move from being on the right where you've always got like the touchline on your back to playing in centre mid where you've got to look around at all your shoulders.
Well, there's obviously other stuff saying that he came through the academy as a centre mid.
Yeah, I think he could do it. It's just,
and
are you going to test it out when we're trying to get four?
I'm sure, like when he's playing, like when you're in training every single day and he's playing like small-sided games and stuff. I'm sure he's just not playing right back in all those games.
And when he's playing right back, he's not actually playing right back most
exactly.
of the time.
He's like playing
not right mid, right.
He's never really played right back, to be honest.
But I don't like these shouts of him being shit and stuff. Like 2 years ago, we were saying the majority were saying this guy's the best right back in the world.
Yeah.
And now we're saying he's
dead.
But
washed. Why were they saying that?
Why were they saying what?
He's the best right back in the
because
world.
we were not letting goals in, and he was creating goals.
Because he was just spamming crosses, mate.
Yeah, which was working.
Which was brilliant. Yeah, he's an amazing crosser. But why don't you just play him right mid?
Maybe a reason Liverpool aren't doing so well. Mane, Nunes.
Yeah, I think well, Mane is a massive reason because he's like every year he's done well. Salah's always done a little bit better, so people don't acknowledge what he does. But he just made us play more cohesively, and he was energy. And like Luis Diaz has come in and replaced him, and he's been good.
Will Liverpool get top four?
I'm a Liverpool fan, first of all. Yeah, but I am not that confident because we're still a good team. We've had bad results in games where we've actually we've been the better team. We've got good players. I don't know. It's hard because obviously the other teams in the league are good, but Liverpool are fucking sick. We came second last year. We won the league the year before that.
Yeah, but your best players left.
He hasn't. We've still got Van Dijk, still got Alisson, still got Salah.
Mane left. He was the best player last season.
He was, wasn't he? I'd say he's about fourth.
Salah hasn't been the same since he come back from Africa Cup of Nations.
No, it's weird. Yeah,
so he's left as well.
No,
let's just say that. Van Dijk has left since Pickford broke his leg or whatever.
They'll all come good. It's just they need a kick up the arse.
Liverpool won't come top four.
Yeah, fair.
No way.
I can understand that because right now my top four would be Man City, Arsenal, Chelsea, and then Liverpool. But that means that Tottenham have to fall off, which I think they're very capable of.
Yeah, definitely.
They're very capable of like losing to Wolves and like Aston Villa and shit.
Okay, that's interesting, mate.
Yeah.
Hopefully, some people agree with you on that. Newcastle destroyed Fulham 4-1.
Yeah, and Mitrovic is injured.
That Almiron goal as well.
Yeah, that obviously we totally spoke about.
Mitrovic is injured, which means how long is he injured for?
They don't really know yet, but I think they said it was precautionary because he got a slight injury, a niggle on the Serbia game. As soon as Chalobah got a red card, they were like, "Let's just take him off."
They are fucked if he's injured.
Yeah, they are seriously fucked. Who's going to score their goals? Like Bobby D. Cordova Reid.
Yeah, I
can't even say his name.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Newcastle, do you think they'll get Europa?
No, but
I think they do.
They'll be a good.
Will.
No, but who they beating for it?
Don't forget, mate. They've got another transfer window coming, and they can spend 180 million quid and not breach FFP.
Yeah. Do I want Newcastle to eventually be challenged for the title? Because obviously I'm a Liverpool fan, so I don't want people like competing with us. But I do like it. It just sounds.
But Liverpool aren't challenging for the title.
No, not right now, but maybe next year.
Liverpool won't challenge for the title for another 30 years. So you're back in that cycle now.
Fuck.
You're just back in the Man United cycle now.
We're not falling there yet, but
Klopp out?
We need some investment. No, absolutely not. To be fair, that's dangerous though, because maybe in some situation, not right now, but in the future, there'll be a time where it probably is right for Klopp to go, but we are way too attached to him. We can't get rid of him. I don't think he would leave unless the fans turned on him. That would be enough.
The fans will never turn.
No, but
The fans turn on Klopp.
You never know. You never know. If we're flopping, they would. If we did outside top 4 twice, they would turn.
You've got to do a lot to get fans to turn on you after you win the Champions League in the league, don't you?
Yeah, I know. Well, it's been done many times before.
Like
Many
a lot.
times.
Like I remember when Chelsea are bad, but who's the guy Maurizio Sarri?
Yeah,
I went to watch
yeah.
Chelsea a few times that season.
What is he saying now?
But he was playing Kante at number 10.
Yeah, no.
And all this stuff. And like it was just absolutely
And
terrible.
he loved fags.
Yeah, and he used to like chew nicotine chewing gum on the
I
sideline.
think he used to chew.
No, he used to chew
the fag butt ends.
No, an actual cigarette.
Yeah.
He used to chew on it. Chelsea just beat Palace 2-1. There's been a bit of Twitter beef.
Aubameyang's goal. Wait, what was that?
There's been a bit of Twitter
Go
beef.
on.
Reece James uploaded a picture of him marking Zaha and then captioned it with a padlock. And then Zaha responded, calling him a clout chaser.
Yeah, this is
Clout chasers
proper,
out now on StandOut TV. but what do you think about that?
I'm not surprised that Zaha's responded.
You're not supposed Zaha's fucking moaning because he moans every week about something. Doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. He loves it, and I respect his response because it's like it brings more fire to it. But like, chill.
I like the fact that players are having a bit of needle
Yeah,
after
exactly.
the game.
Yeah.
However, Zaha had to move wings because Reece James had him on lock.
Yeah.
And he still couldn't get the ball. So
No, exactly.
maybe just shut up and wait for the return fixture and then break his leg or something.
And like Aubameyang, my Chelsea mate said it like after the game. He hasn't seen Chelsea players score a goal like that in like 2 years.
What did his goal look like?
It was a ball. Thiago Silva, after he's handballed it, we'll come to that, and he got a yellow card rather than a red card. He's headed it. It's come across Aubameyang's body, and he's like done a swivel.
Oh
hit.
yeah, I remember.
And it's like a proper
number 9
striker's
finish. Yeah.
Yeah, and like Chelsea haven't had that in years.
So who have they had up front recently?
Havertz, Lukaku,
Werner, the heavyweight champion of the world.
Yeah, Mark Henry.
Who else are they? Oh, they haven't really had a proper striker since Costa, have they? Gallagher scored and didn't celebrate, and I don't really agree with that. I think he should have gone nuts. You're never going back there, mate.
I disagree in the sense that if I was when Connor Cody scored against Liverpool, it was disallowed. I was so gutted when he started going mental.
Why?
Just because he used to play for Liverpool, he's a Liverpool fan. I expect.
Not really though.
I know, but
you released him.
It's like you expect. Otherwise, you're inviting bare hate, and unless you're one of those guys who can take it, like Richarlison or something, you're better off just going like that. You earn more respect.
Gallagher seems like quite a reserved person.
He also could be someone who ends up going back to Palace.
Nah, I don't think so.
I think he's sick, but he could eventually go back.
He's way too good for Palace.
Yeah. Right now. To be fair, and now Potter's there. This is his chance because he could actually get a place in the team.
Man. I don't like.
You said you had something to say about Graham Potter.
I don't rate him.
What?
Don't rate him.
Is it because he's called Graham?
I just don't get like Chelsea signed him off the back of 6 good games. Even like for the majority of last season, Brighton fans were just booing him. Half the season, mate, they were booing Brighton.
Yeah.
Brighton just couldn't win a game. They just kept drawing. It was the most boring football to watch ever.
Yeah.
Started the season really strongly, brilliant. I don't really think that like they have you can see from Brighton the way they played against Liverpool.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter what manager they have in charge there. They've just collected together 11 or 12 really like unselfish players with a really high work ethic.
Do you think they
which is
were
always
unselfish when he first came to the club? I think he changed the mentality, and it will be difficult for him to do it with players like Aubameyang and stuff like that. But he with a better team, better players, he'll create more chances and maybe concede less chances.
Potentially.
I think he's going to be good.
It's a risk.
It's a weird one.
It's a risk.
Also, because I imagine there wasn't much planning involved because this Todd Bowley guy just seems like he just buys anyone.
Look, it's a risk for Potter and it's a risk for Chelsea.
Yeah.
I think it's less a risk for Chelsea because they'll just fire him.
Yeah.
I think it's a risk for Potter because it's Chelsea that he knows he's going to get fired within 2 years. The owner just seems like a complete
But he's
maniac.
a new owner though. I know he does
seems
seem
like
like he's
nutter,
going to
mate.
fire people. But
Yeah, he seems like he's a nutter. He just sacked Thomas Tuchel.
and he was because he wouldn't play 4-4-3.
Yeah, but I saw some rumours on Twitter. Again, rumours, big rumours. Not sure how true they are.
I think I know what you're
Some
gonna say.
guy on Twitter, as it always is the way, their mate had an inside source at Chelsea.
Yeah.
He said that basically Chelsea have signed Ronaldo,
I've heard this.
deal done, and he's going to them in January. And Tuchel was like, "Fuck that, I don't want him."
Yeah.
To Todd Bowley, and Todd Bowley, that's why he got sacked.
Yeah, that is plausible.
That is plausible, isn't
It is plausible, and Ronaldo at Chelsea would be interesting because they could play that style of football with him just sort of sitting at the top and then just firing in crosses.
Yeah,
at
but
him.
what again? I think the manager's obviously, if that is true, the manager's kicked off because he's thinking, I don't want this guy at my club.
I just think it's dumb. Yeah, it's such an American thing.
It's an American thing. Well, who's got
Ronaldo.
the most Instagram followers, man?
Sui.
We got to get him in the team.
Yeah,
we got to
yeah.
get him in for that All-Star match.
Yeah.
Americans, I love listening to their opinions on sports on Twitter. The other
Yeah.
day, I think I shared it. There was these two American guys were arguing with each other on whether like goal line technology is possible and could work in the NFL. They were like, we should put like a chip in the ball or cameras in the ball, cameras that can detect if it goes over the goal line. And one guy was like, "That's impossible. You're an idiot." And so I had to jump in. I had to say, this has been in the Premier League for the last 5-6 years.
And it works.
Yeah.
I think
it works 100% of the time.
Yeah.
And then the conversation ended. The other guy replied to me saying, "Thank you."
Yeah. I think, even like...
They also said the Super Bowl was the biggest sporting event in the world.
Yeah, I hate that kind of stuff. No, when you like...
When it had less watchers than the Checkatrade Trophy final.
I mean, like, do you know... When they do this other thing where it's like top 5 sportsmen of all time, it's like Babe Ruth number 1.
Yeah, I sent you that.
Like
didn't
Tom
I?
Brady,
Yeah.
Serena Williams, all American.
And Michael Jordan.
Like Michael Jordan and Tiger Woods or something like
Yeah.
that. I mean, they're all great, but like, who the fuck is Babe Ruth?
Yeah, West Ham finally won.
Yeah,
and I've
well
been
done.
saying week after week, don't worry, it's fine. Yeah, round of applause for
well
West
done.
Ham. Again, though, I can't give Arsenal this treatment and not give it to West Ham. It was only Wolves. Wolves are shit.
And
they have won one game in 14, I think.
Yeah,
and it's like really bad. Like they're seriously. I think they're going to go down. Shamaka scored, and I still don't really like him.
I like it.
It was an amazing goal.
Yeah.
And I said I think it was a bad signing still.
It's so early.
I know. He needs
also,
to, like,
you
I
hate
hope I'm
Antonio.
wrong.
He's keeping Antonio off the pitch.
And that's why I'm kind of happy now. It's brilliant. Because we lined up with him actually, like, because all I've seen of Shamaka before was little, like, 10-minute cameos and stuff.
him
And
in
obviously he
Tenerife.
can't do anything,
Top of the water
Yeah,
slide.
all I saw was in Corfu, 2012.
Wolves manager, he's in trouble.
Bruno Lage.
Yeah. Do you reckon he'll get
Who
sacked?
actually
He's been sacked.
Has he? When?
got sacked today.
Really?
Yeah.
That's news to me. But I think there'll be another person sacked tonight if he doesn't win, which is Brendan Rodgers.
Yeah.
If he loses this game at home to Notts Forest, he will get sacked.
But first of all, who's going to be Brendan Lage? Bruno Lage's replacement, who actually wasn't a very large man.
Portuguese fella that we've never heard of.
What about Ronaldo?
As the manager.
Player manager.
Yeah. I think he would love that.
Yeah, he probably would.
It would be shooting training all day.
And then, he just wouldn't talk to the defenders.
But you lot do your
Right, then we got Rodgers. Rodgers, I don't think will get sacked even if he loses tonight.
To be fair, they're quite loyal to you.
I just don't. Leicester have had the worst start to the Premier League in history, by the way. When Derby got relegated with 12 points, the lowest ever, they'd had a better start to this season.
Yeah, they'll pick up. They've got good players. They've still got Super JV.
Where the hell did Bruno Lage come from?
I don't know. It's like Watford managers, the exact same. They come and they go, and you don't even realise. Like, next thing you know, there's another guy.
So I quite like that as well. When your team beats a team and they sack the manager, and it's like
100%.
Yes.
Whoever comes in next will have a translator.
They
with
walked
them.
out of the London Stadium. Nothing. Yeah.
Saka or Foden starting lineup.
I think Foden, not because he's a better player, but because if you're playing Kane and Sterling, which I would, you've already got a guy who runs like in between the lines and runs down the channels.
I
Need someone who drops
completely disagree.
Yeah, fair.
Foden is shit for England.
Yeah.
And he's shit for England. Like
he does go missing. He does go missing.
I was saying it like when he like Foden, he's obviously a very good player.
Yeah.
But he plays for Man City.
It's so different. Where do you draw the line? Like, where do you draw the line from someone who's been playing good at their club and also plays good for things like Pickford? It's like he's not that great. He's good for Everton, but for England, he's really good.
Goalkeeper's a bit different though.
Yeah,
like,
I know, but like in general,
different.
where do you draw the line?
I'm all right. Before we start going into this, I am completely Southgate out.
I know you are.
Yeah. And you are Southgate In.
I'm not. I'm Southgate In. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't rate him, but let's see how he does at the World Cup.
It's hard to say Southgate out because there's no point wanting someone to be out when they're not going to be out. Like he's like the FA are never going to get rid of him and get some randomer in.
All those people who say, "Oh, get him out and bring in Potter or Eddie Howe,"
no, but
they're not fucking leaving their clubs to go England.
But this is what I mean as well. That's why I'm not Southgate out because he's
Who'd
never going to leave.
The only
and secondly,
person
why can't you be a Premier League manager and a national team manager at the same time?
I kind of agree. Yeah. Because they're the best ones, isn't it?
Because the Premier League has to take 2 fucking weeks off to play against Hungary or something.
All Southgate does when it's not like England time
is go to the games.
And gets VIP treatment.
He goes
like fucking rump steaks.
He goes to hospitality, mate.
Yeah, he just gets fucking smashed.
And just signs autographs.
And he just sits with Sol Campbell.
When Southgate came in, breath of fresh air.
Yeah.
England are finally picking players and playing them based on form and whether they're doing well. Now he's literally playing players that have the worst form. For no reason. How the hell is Maguire anywhere near the squad?
He should be near the squad.
Why?
Because who are we going to put in? Tyrone
He's not even in the United squad.
Ben White. I love Ben White.
Yeah, I mean, it's just taken away. And then, I wouldn't care if Maguire came on the pitch and played really well.
Do you know what?
But he was shocking against Germany.
The big thing with...
If Maguire wasn't on the pitch, we'd have won that game 3-1.
Yeah. But the big thing with Maguire, I will say, is in tournament football, set pieces are fucking huge. And not just defending them, like attacking them.
Yeah.
He is good. For England.
He has been, yeah.
Yeah.
But
so
he's
that's
not.
why I don't think it's...
Yeah, but
you can't... Because who else is there? Dyer and stuff, they're good.
But look, with an international team... You're not with the players every day like you are at a club. So there's no point trying to build for 2 years' time because that player might become shit, as Harry Maguire has. It's like when they used to say, "Oh yeah, let's take Walcott to the World Cup when he's 16 to like give him experience because he's going to be in the squad for the next 10 years." Well, he wasn't. Yeah. Because you never know how it's going to work unless you're with a player all the time. You're not going to know how they're going to develop, right?
So if you're Southgate out, are you Southgate out right now? Like you want him gone right now. When the manager will come in and their first game will be a World Cup.
No, because that would obviously be a bloodbath.
Yeah.
I don't want him out right now. I just think that the way he's doing things is not what he said he was going to be like.
Yeah, I do agree. It's like
I feel like he's being lazy and a bit too conservative with it.
I think, as ever with England, we need to believe. And we did score 3 goals against Germany, and we looked electric at that point.
Why did we score 3 goals against Germany? Because he played Saka as an attacker, not as a left back.
Yeah,
he's been playing Saka at left back.
To be fair, like going back to your question, I would not care if Saka was played instead of Foden because I love Saka for England.
Yeah,
I like Sterling. Saka and Sterling for England, I think, are brilliant.
Brilliant, yeah. Sterling's always good these days, actually.
And Bellingham is going to be like a player. Hopefully, he starts with Rice most games.
Bellingham Rice is nailed on.
It's the issue. It's people are always going to have an issue with the defence because you can say what you want about Foden over Saka. It's not actually one's not much better than the other. They're pretty good.
It's not
but like the defence, it's like I don't know. Even the formation, I don't know what's our best formation. I don't think he knows.
Also, a very streaky player who will never get dropped. Harry Kane.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
he will never get dropped.
The only player I would like
Harry Kane is like he couldn't score from now to the World Cup.
Yeah,
he could like literally just do nothing in every game and still start.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
But is that right? What do you think? Is that right?
I think he has to start. Yeah, I don't think. I mean, I get what you're saying. Is it right? But it's the right decision to play Harry Kane in games,
but
especially because he's so like deadly on pens.
Yes. So I also am a bit worried about our group in the World Cup.
Right, well, we can talk about England as it gets closer to the World Cup, but it's good to get going. Anyways, yeah, thank you very much for watching this episode of The Dugout on StandOut Sport TV. See you next week for more football content. Like and subscribe.